what relationship is there between Elements for Trade Alliance Kerala? What are your future challenges?
FTAK is the independent farmer-led small farmer organization that Elements promoted to engage in fair trade. So while Elements is the sole trading partner of Fair Trade Alliance Kerala, Fair Trade Alliance Kerala retains its independent character. We are responsible for marketing FTAK products, so you could call us an alternate trading organization and Fair Trade Alliance Kerala to be the Farmers Association or cooperative in your terms. And it has been an extremely fruitful association for us because we believe that over a period of time the farmers have been able to exercise most of the duties that was initially handled by Elements, and we visualize a scene when FTAK will become capable enough to completely do fair trade on their own, and maybe Elements can retreat back into the background as it were.
What are the objectives of your social programs, and can you give an example of a social project, please?
The fair trade premium, social premium that FTAK generates has been used for several projects that are beneficial to the community in general, that has helped in value addition to the farmers, and that has helped in some of the least economically developed of our farmer members to actually hope for a better future. Some example of common programs for the community include a community kitchen that we built for a local school. A second one is being built now. We have programs which supply drinking water to farmers in inaccessible hilly terrains in Kasaragod district. We have a program actually that tries to reduce the man-animal conflict in farms that are bordering the forests, where there are wild elephants that frequently used to come into the farms and destroy crops. And this was normally seen as a potential conflict between human beings and wild animals, or human land and forest land. A simple solar fencing which managed to prevent the entry of wild elephants into the farmland has made sure that there is that conflict is virtually absent now, and both can actually live in harmony side by side.
So we can say that your coffee is elephant friendly.
I think so. I think especially in these climate challenged times, to have a product that is actually in harmony with the environment is so critical. And yes, you can call our coffee elephant friendly coffee, because an elephant friendly coffee is somewhere where elephants have their freedom to roam about in the forest, and farmers are able to grow coffee alongside. So yes, you're right. One of our most ambitious social projects that we have undertaken now is to critically intervene by means of a revolving credit for families who are really economically weak, because their own farm activity is not able to generate enough income for them to survive, either because they have very little area to cultivate, or because the land is in such inhospitable terrain that the land does not yield. We have managed now to create, with the social premium, a revolving credit to the tune of 30 to 50,000 rupees, which these members can access, and they can invest in income generating activities, be it dairy, be it poultry, be it mid-term crops that they grow. We hope that over a period of 2 to 3 years their economic condition will substantially improve. They will be also able to repay a portion of the money that was given as credit to them, and we will be able to continue this program to ensure that every Fair Trade Alliance Kerala member is able to achieve a certain quality of life in terms of basic necessities like food, decent shelter, and clean drinking water, basic necessities of life. So that's a very ambitious program that we are engaged in using the social premium.
Could you tell us what producer groups do you work with, and how do you choose them? Is there a strategy to empower disadvantaged producers?
Yes, when Elements set out to create Fair Trade Alliance Kerala, we had decided that we would work with primary producers who were the worst disadvantaged by global commerce. So we had chosen farmers whose products found it very difficult to access the global market on fair terms. So we worked with producers of coffee, spices and cashew, all of which were products that were finding it very difficult to get good prices in the international commodity market. In addition to that, we ensure that we choose small farmers. We focus on farmers whose average holding is a hectare or little more than a hectare per family. So they are the small and marginal farmers of Kerala that we primarily work with.
Is there a difference between the work that is done by women and by men? Which type of work is done by women and which type of work is done by men?
Kerala is supposed to pride itself in the gender parity between men and women, but the fact remains that there is still discrimination between men and women, both in terms of the wages that they get and also in the type of work that happens. I'll give you a simple example of cashew. Cashew is collected from the fields by women and children. Children after schools, they do help in small little work, and women do most of the collection. But cashew is taken to the market by the men, which in effect means that the men control the price of cashew or the proceeds from cashew, while the actual work of collecting and drying the cashew is done by women. So this distinction continues to remain. One of the challenges that FTAK has taken upon itself is to continuously improve upon the stake of women in the small farmer organizations. We have ensured that among the elected representatives, a certain percentage of representatives are invariably women. That is written into the constitution of FTAK, so that women take part in the governance of the organization. And over a period of time, we hope we will have a situation where women's stake in the economic life of the family, especially in the economic life of the farming economy, improves substantially.